Hi, my name is Rahman and we will discuss what is the function in the JavaScript. Basically, the function is the piece of code or the block of the code. You can use it again and again. For example, if you write a code, specific code, and you just save this code in a folder, and if you want to use this code again in other time, then you do not need to write this code, complete code again. You just write a name of this code, and the code will return again. So this is known as the function. So how can we use it? So we would practice in our browser. So you have to go and click on the inspect, and you have to go to the console. So this is our console. Now we want to try, for example, we function. Okay, when you write, sorry, it is function. Okay, now you have to name this code. You name this function. What want to find? For example, I say hi Fazal. So this is my name to code. Then you have to use the parenthesis. So this is the code of the name. When you want to use the code, then you not need to write again complete code. Just you have to write this piece of the name of this code. So name of this function. So now this is a time we have to save our code. So what is our code? So for this you have to use the bracket and write the code. For example, console log and console. So console log, you have to put the dot log. Then we have to put, for example, if the code it say that hello. Okay, so this would be the my code. Sorry, and I will close this and close the bracket. Now I just save my code. My code is that hello. So when I type hi fuzzle, it is the name of the function. So hi fuzzle, the name of the function. The what code it is I saved is the hello. So how can I use it? So when you want to use your code, you have to just type hi fuzzle and put the, so you will see that it would appear with the hello. You can see it would appear with the hello. You do not need to type again this code complete. You just write a function, the name of the function. You can do it multiple times. For example, if I write it again, hi fuzzle, so this would appear again. You can see hello. So you can use this code again and again. So this is used for if you want to save a long code, a long piece of the code. Just you can save this code by using the function. So but you can use the value in the function as well. For example, how can we do it? For example, we would write new function, a function. This is for example, hi fuzzer. If I say hi, this is my name hi, and if I say enter name, okay. So now my this is the name of the function, but it is the different that. So how can we? It is the difference. So I would now save my code. What is my code? So my code would be console log. So like I would say when hi. So when someone name, okay. So now just understand that what I just write that. So when this code has been written, when high is written, when high you would return, then this would appear high, okay. But you can replace with the name and you can put any name here because it is the changeable, so it is not fixed. When you put the empty parenthesis, this is the fix. Though this code is fixed, your code has been appeared. But when you put name, so you can replace it with any name. So like for example that now I want to use this code, for example, so I would pay high. So use the parenthesis. I can name any put, for example, Ali. Hi Ali, and so you will see that it would Yeah, because it is showing error, I forget to put the quotation marks. Then I would write my function name. My function name was hi. Then I use the parentheses and put the quotation marks. I would say Ali. Then I would close it and put the column. You would say hi Ali. Okay, so you can use your function either way. If you want to fix code, so you can use it empty the parentheses and write save your code, how many line your code would be. So if you want to change it in your codes, and then you have to put what want to change your string in regularly, then you can use this type of function. So by applying the function, so you can save your code and use it again and again. Do not need to write your long code again. Just you have to write the name of the function and your code will be written. So this is from me. Thank you so much.